Hello, everyone. This past weekend, Canada faced a wave of extreme weather events from a powerful supercell storm in Calgary to severe thunderstorms sweeping across Ontario and Quebec. Thousands were left without power. Several areas suffered extensive damage, and emergency crews worked around the clock in response. Today, we'll take a closer look at what happened in the hardest-hit regions. On the evening of Sunday, July 13, 2025, chaos erupted in Calgary as a powerful supercell storm barreled through the northern districts. The storm unleashed massive hail, torrential rain, and wind gusts reaching up to 93 km/h. Within moments, the city was plunged into a scene of destruction and disbelief. At around 7:45 p.m., weather radar detected a rapidly intensifying storm system approaching from the northwest. Within minutes, dark clouds blanketed neighborhoods like Thorncliffe, Emland Heights, and Mount Pleasant. The storm moved at speeds of 50 to 60 km/h, striking with little warning and pounding homes, vehicles, and gardens with hail. While Environment and Climate Change Canada had issued a severe thunderstorm warning earlier in the day, few anticipated the storm's full intensity. By approximately 8:20 p.m, the storm had passed, but the damage was already done. Residents of affected areas reported feeling shocked and overwhelmed by the storm's sudden and violent nature. In Thorncliffe, a large tree crashed down onto a van, blocking 23 Avenue and narrowly missing nearby homes. Social media quickly filled with images of cracked windshields, dented siding, and flooded streets. Many residents shared their terrifying experiences in disbelief. After the hailstorm, a prolonged period of rainfall enveloped Calgary, prompting ECCC to issue a rain warning. Meteorologists reported that the city received 35 millimeters of rain in the previous 24 hours, with forecasts predicting totals between 50 to 80 millimeters by Monday evening. In Emland Heights, several homes reported leaking roofs and broken windows. Meanwhile, in Mount Pleasant, a community garden was completely destroyed by hail. A widespread line of severe thunderstorms swept across much of eastern Ontario and southern Quebec on Sunday afternoon, bringing strong winds, heavy rain, and power outages to the region. It may have been Montreal's wettest July day on record. Wind gusts reached up to 60 km/h at Ottawa Airport as the storms moved through. Montreal Trudeau International Airport reported visibility under 1 kilo and extremely heavy rainfall shortly after. Strong winds brought down trees and power lines across both provinces, while heavy rain caused flash flooding, especially in southern Quebec. Montreal recorded at least 77 millimeters of rainfall by mid-afternoon Sunday, with precipitation continuing into the early evening. This made July 13, 2025, the city's wettest recorded July day, surpassing the 79.2 milli brought by the remnants of Hurricane Beryl just last year. A sudden and intense rainstorm hit Windsor, Ontario, on the afternoon of Saturday, July 12, 2025. The storm knocked out power for thousands, toppled trees, and sent emergency crews scrambling to address widespread damage. Around 1:30 p.m. skies over Windsor rapidly darkened. Within minutes, torrential rain and gusts between 70 and 80 km/h slammed the city. Small hail was reported in several neighborhoods, and visibility dropped drastically as sheets of rain pelted roads and rooftops. The storm's impact was swift and severe. Numerous large trees were uprooted or snapped in half, blocking major intersections and residential streets. In Sandwich and central Windsor, emergency crews responded to downed power lines and damaged traffic lights. The city's drainage infrastructure was pushed to its limit. Stormwater systems struggled to keep up, and localized flooding was reported in low-lying areas. Crews worked throughout the afternoon to clear debris from storm drains and restore essential systems. While Windsor bore the brunt of the storm, meteorologists warned that broader regions remained at risk. Weather networks highlighted the possibility of rotating storms and isolated tornadoes across southwestern Ontario, especially near Lake Huron and Georgian Bay. The storm system continued to move eastward throughout the evening, bringing heavy rain and wind to communities from Sarnia to London. Campers and vacationers were urged to stay alert and monitor updates, as unstable conditions were expected to persist through the weekend. Local authorities activated emergency protocols, deployed teams to assess damage, and assisted residents. Windsor Fire and Rescue responded to multiple calls involving fallen trees, electrical hazards, and structural damage. Community centers were opened to shelter those affected by power outages, offering refuge and aid. Sudden downpours triggered flooding on major highways, including the Papineau Blanc Bridge toward Laval and Highway 40 near Dorville. An 82-year-old man had to be rescued by 2 Montreal police officers and a city worker after being trapped under an overpass on Salaberry in Cartierville. Montreal resident Philippe Sabourin reported that the city's water meter recorded rainfall peaking at 155 phi per hour. He also noted that the city received as many citizen calls yesterday as it had after Hurricane Debbie, a storm that caused historic damage to the island. The city urged residents to report blocked drains to 311. Sabourin said cleanup efforts would focus on central and northern parts of Montreal Island, including Saint-Laurent, Ahuntsic, Cartierville, Saint-Léonard, and Villeray-Saint-Michel Parc Extension. He also asked the public to avoid water sports on the St. Lawrence River and Rivière des Prairies for the next 2 days. Weather conditions across Canada continue to be closely monitored as communities assess damage and begin recovery efforts. These events underscore the importance of early warning systems, resilient infrastructure, and community preparedness in the face of climate change. We will continue to provide updates as more information becomes available. Please stay safe, follow all guidance from local authorities, and keep up to date through reliable sources. Thank you for watching.